This is one of the ways to identify the quality of stories that you've written in thematic of perception test, that TAT. Because TAT is supposed to be a test at unconscious level. And how do we understand that what is your behavior will depend upon what is the type of defense mechanism that you use. And defense mechanism is what? As I said, we have got 27 odd needs because psychological needs. These psychological needs are hardly met. There is always a conflict between need cannot be met in full. Because of that, there's always, as per the Simon Freud, there's always a conflict between id and superego. And because of that, there is a certain amount of anxiety. We want to reduce our anxiety. And the methodology that we use to reduce our anxiety is called defense mechanism. Three of the defense mechanisms which we are of importance in TAT is called denial, projection, and identity. This is one of the way of analyzing the TAT stories. We'll restrict our, we'll just first talk about denial. Denial is first omission. In a figure, if you have given one character, and if you write more than one character, that means you are omitting that character. Certain things are present in the picture that is shown to you. If you don't take that into consideration in the story, that is omission. Secondly, misperception. If I say a boy, you are looking at a girl, you see something, you look at an elephant, so that's misperception. Reversal. You are a very weak student. You think you have passed my examination with a high marks. It means the reversal. You are going in a very opposite direction. Your qualities are not that you are trying to show off. State of negation, negative thought. Denial of reality, over maximizing. You got knowledge only is one line, and you think that I have got full knowledge. Unexpected goodness, optimism that you show, this is called denial. So all the particular 6-7 points which are there, which as an assessor, he tried to concentrate on these 7 points to look at it. What is your quality? What is your personality? Second, as far as the projection is concerned, he is trying to, the aim is what? First and foremost, I must be clear that you've got no negativity. Then when you look at the positivity. See, initially when the psychology has evolved, it was only basically to look at the negative aspect of the human personality. There is a positive psychology has come now. Earlier, it was only the negativity which was going on. So what is the projection is, whatever your quality, you are trying to project your quality on someone else. Whosoever the hero you create in a story, you are thinking that it is a different person. No, it is you. What he thinks and does about it, it is going to be your quality. So if you so, I told you around that do not write any story on anti-social and unsocial activities, primarily to ensure that you don't show aggression, hostility, emotions which are maybe bad. So we are looking at the attribution of aggression or hostility, feel emotion or intention to a character or other feeling to find out what type of quality you have. Second is, you addition of ominous people. Ominous people is something which is there. Many people think that a ghost has come into it. Some people think that some animals have come into play, which is not present. That is addition of ominous people, ghosts and system. Third is magical circumstances. Fourth is concern of protection. You want to run away from the scene. You want to run away from the scene.
Yes, sir.
Appearance of death and injury. You want, since you get fear that you will, there is some storm is there, you want to hide yourself in a room. Pursuit, entrapment, escape, and bijari. So these are the quality which this is one of the way of looking at it. Okay. So we will try and understand based upon this, what do you understand about? Okay. Having seen this around there, now let's take about the story that has been written by Varad and Patil. Okay. Okay. This was the scene. This was the scene. Is it or not? Can you see the photograph? Yes or no?
Yes.
Hello? No. Okay. Can you see the photograph now?
Yes.
Yes. This is the photograph which is was given as the first story. Given the first story. Okay. Now, this is what Bharat has written. Read out, Bharat, what you have written.
Ram is a police officer in Varanasi. One day he gets information that a wanted criminal is escaping by water route. He dresses up as a boatman and waits on the bank of rivers. As with the thief, he goes in the middle of the river. Ram surprises him and catches the thief. As soon as Ram takes action, the remaining task force approaches the
Okay,
boat and the thief
just
is
tell me.
arrested
Okay.
successfully.
First and foremost, you are not supposed to have done this. This will not be. This is only for PPD. This is only for PPDT. And PPDT will write on male trans and you put across male. यहाँ पर male you have put inside here. Then you have to put age outside this 45 and then write mood positive, oblique negative or neutral. Even PPT you have to write first and foremost. Okay. So you have to take fixed one of the character, put male and female inside it, and then put age on top of it, 24, and then put mood, maybe positive or probably maybe negative, or you have to put neutral. Okay. And then you have to write down the theme of the story that you want to write here. There is only PPT. You will not be written because anytime you do it, you are going to just a second. Just a second. There is someone. Just a second. I'll come back. Yeah. Okay. 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 So what we have said that this will not be there. This will not be there. Okay. Second, now what you are writing, what is it duty of police officer what? To catch a thief? Is it or not? Has it anything beyond that? Anything
Yes.
extra?
Yes.
At best, what he is dutiful? Can he do anything more than that? Any other quality emerge? Bolo Bharat.
No, sir.
Sabas, tell me your story now. Quick.
Sir, I have written like this. Ramesh, a police officer posted in Kolava, Mumbai,
Huh.
One morning he got a tip from a fisherman that one person is escaping, which they are looking
Again,
from a
same
long
writing.
time.
What is you the writing? I have told you again, Awad, earlier also same thing. Until you're writing the same story. क्यों लिखना? Can't you think better? Is the thought process is important. Now, I do not know. Like you only, everyone probably has got tendency to write the same story. Okay. Read this story. Read this story now. Sabaz, read it.
Ram is a very successful businessman. He wanted to see some of the talent of the village to which he belonged. So he conducted a painting competition in his village. The boys were very excited and all of them took part in competition. Ram saw several budding talents of his village. One day of competition, he collected some of the best painting of the boys and forwarded it to the district authority. He financed and organized who helped those selected boys further in enhancing their skills. Ram also opened an institution for arts and science, arts and village.
Read this one. Satyam.
Am I audible, sir?
Yeah, go ahead.
Rohan was a boy of Drone Public School. On VIP visit to his school, he decided to stage a cultural show. He also talked with the principal. He started preparing for it, and with some of the selected students, he had an idea of staging a drama based on a social issue. He also helped with the good painters created a good scene in the stage itself. They prepared for the drama every day and they practiced. On the final day, they performed excellently, and it also brought a scene of awareness among most of the people.
But read it next one.
Ram, with all his dedication and devotion, became a successful army officer. While coming to his grandfather's home, he had to cross one river. In the meantime, he recognized his childhood friend Ramu and he became happy. Ramu offered him a lift by his boat, and between they cherished their childhood moments. And also, Ramu was astonished to see his gun. They both spent their holiday.
Okay, read the next one. Read the next one. Can you read it? Pankaj was a software engineer who had gone to Allahabad to attend a Decoding. Children, read it.
Sir, I can't read.
You can't read it. Who will read out? Read out now. Sabas.
Pankaj was a software engineer who had gone to Allahabad to attend a hackathon which would start in the afternoon. He decided to explore a
Enroll.
little before attending the same early morning. He wanted to go Sangam Ghat and hired a location, but while
Okay, so
boating
what I'm trying to
the
say,
fish,
what I aim is what you will get certain stories which are there. You will get many things. Your thought should be clear. Thought should be clear. Okay. Now, read your story now. But
Kishan and Mohan are childhood friends living in the village Sarangpur. One day, while roaming in the nearby jungle, they decided to eat mangoes from tree. They both climbed the tree, and as Kishan moves to the end of the bark starts cracking down. Mohan immediately holds hand of Kishan until then the bark falls down. After a lot of efforts, Mohan pulls him up, takes Kishan slowly down to the tree. Mohan takes him to the hospital in the village and ensures about his health.
take him to the. Now, what is the whole thing about now? First and foremost, it's called regression. Because you are still playing as a childhood, as a child. You're today 18 plus, now the word is regression. That mental age divided by chronological into 100. So they are regression. Until you have to think as an adult. Secondly, what is happening? You are trying to take a glory at the cost. Now Mohan immediately holds his hand of Kishan, and till then, Bart fall down. After a lot of effort, Mohan pulls him up, takes Kishan slowly down here. Mohan takes him to the hospital. Did he get injured? Have you written anything? Any logic? Why should you take in hospital? Where is the need for it? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the problem is you have to understand what to be written. So in this case, it's a clear case of integration. Secondly, you're illogical. We have talked about coherence. There's a thematic coherence, causal coherence, there's a cause and effect. How they come back. There are 4 types of coherence. We are talking cultural coherence. This has to be there. Which quality emerge in this? Which quality emerge in this? Any quality emerge? What's the use of writing a story then? Shahvez, tell me your story.
Ahmed 24, who works as a social worker in Chitrakoot. One day he went to the jungle on his work project with his friend. He sees the tree where he has some interesting birds are there. So they both went up, and some birds require attention due to bad weather. The nest got destroyed. So he went up and provides some water and makes a pot over there and fills them with the water. And they climb down and then
Okay.
came back
Now,
to their work.
just tell me what just now we said something, isn't it? Now we did talk about it that in projection, what should not be shown? What should not be shown?
On.
Look at it. What is it? Addition of ominous people, ghosts, animal, objects, and quality. Are you showing it here? Hayana?
Yes,
Shahvez?
sir.
Then what's the use? Where was the need for it? Is there any bird there? Are you supposed to caring for the birds, not for the human? It is supposed your personality test, not for someone else's test. What have you
Yes,
done?
sir.
What have you written? Is there any use? Tell me. You are a technical graduate now working in one of the important company of the country, and if your thought process becomes so illogical, then what do you do? आप ही बताओ ना यार. Can I do anything? बताओ मेरे को. Okay. Now start reading it. Read this. Read this, Awaz.
Pradeep, 23-year-old agriculture student who had to give his motive, native place. His family members were old, all farmers, and they were planning to grow cucumber that season. Pradeep, being agriculture student, we suggested and all so did soil test to know the rigid amount of fertilities. He chose good quality of seed for fertilizer. He used cow dung. He assisted his family members sowing seed, removing weeds and harvesting. Pradeep and Pradeep made contact with city supermarket and directly sold them with.
Satyam.
Ashok, 19, after
This,
completing his
this
graduation.
gentleman was a technical graduate who had failed about 6 times. And he happened to be, he was working with Infosys. And when he came, that's also what you are doing, that's the same thing they did it. But he was a good person. He made it. He's already option now. Chalo, paro.
Ashok, 19, after completing his graduation, visited his grandfather's house. While one day he went out to visit his friend. While they were in the forest, he heard the roar of a lion. To save his life, he, along with his friend, climbed up the tree.
The worst thing can happen. Your brain brought in a creature which was not existing.
Yes, sir.
And secondly, it is a total cowardice.
Misperception.
Okay. Read it now. I'm just thinking this is how the things will go. Paro.
Monu, while going for a 5 day picnic to Kaziranga with his friend, he discovered that people were cutting trees of the forest. He convinced all his friends, all them went to the villages and convinced them about the importance of trees in human life. And the villagers were moved with the talk of Monu, and they promised not to cut down any trees. Monu also convinced them to plant at least one sapling and save the forest.
Something based
All
on
the villagers.
typical leader concept which was there. Okay. Read now. Shahbaz.
Ram was a boy of Sonpur. In their locality, there were many small children, and Ram observed that they did not had any good places or facilities for playing. So he decided to something for them and talked about it with his friend. They made many swinging rope, sliding bench, etc. for the children.
Possible,
After completion,
possible, yes or no? Okay. Read now. Satyam.
Sunil is studying in class 12th. He, along with his friends, are taken for a visit to the nearby bioreserve. They all visit that bioreserve and find many interesting things. Sunil had learned that there were very unseen species in the bioreserve. They climbed on several trees, which they had never seen in their localities. There were several varieties of insects and flowers also. Sunil collected the snapshots of all those species and attached those photos in his album as some of the most memorable moments of his life.
Okay. No. Read it now, but follow.
Keshav was the son of an soldier. His father had died in the Pulwama attack. Keshav too has passion to join army. As he grew up, his passion for joining forces increased. He used to practice daily. He used to get physical training and was also good at academics. By his efforts and hard work, one day he finally joined the army in the name of his father and now leads many difficult missions.
Okay, I have not this was the कैसे was son of a this was the यही था ना
हाँ
Keshav was the son of a soldier. His father had died in Pulwama attack. Keshav too has a passion to join army. As he grew up, his passion for joining forest increased. He used to get physical training and he was good at it. Now, the problem is there's nothing this good, this is expected. But the problem, how have you given, this is again a personal development. What have you given back to the society? What is the future? You became something, what has happened? Join the army, that is a very trivial aspect of it. Where does your personality come into play? Until you give it back to the society. You can motivate others to join services. You can look after them, do something about it. That has to happen. Yes or no? This is totally personal. Nothing negative, nothing wrong. Okay. Tell me your Savas, your story.
34, a housewife who is working in Pune, she got to know that her husband has been passed away due to bad health. Then she has a responsibility of her kid, so he decides to take a job for his better future. She
Hold it.
decides
You
to
said
prepare for
he.
job.
Now you बढ़ते he say he आ गए हो.
N- No, sir, it was she, but I
You
read he.
pronounce it he, isn't it?
Okay.
आगे चलो. Go ahead.
She decides to prepare for a job with the help of his friends. She worked hard on her studies and got interview call and got selected. She was very happy for her child
Who's the
and
hero?
she raised this child.
Who's the hero?
That woman, sir.
Woman. What are you? Hero should be same age and sex.
But sir, there is a woman and
Oh,
the
there's
child.
a boy. So this gentleman, how he has written, Varad has written around the boy. He's a bad. He has boy is the hero. He develops to be a brother. He may be child not from there. He's grown up as an adult now. Okay.
But there are some challenges, no, sir, that
हाउ
the
से
woman
यार
is
आज
facing.
तेरे को पास करना है या फेल करना है डिसाइड कर ले तुम अपना डिसाइड कर ले व्हाट इज टू बी डन you're talking illogically around there if there's a boy sitting up playing with a tank who hero has to be there he is the person who is the future of the country he has to develop mother is only there if you want to make a lady who makes a hero as a lady the person who go no dynamic quality are missing then only you associate with other sex change your thought process. What's your thought process? What it makes a change. Read this story.
Rohan is a boy of 17 years studying in class 12. He was very proud reading the articles about army lifestyle. Slowly he is motivated to join armed forces. He remembers the several martyrs of a various battle and their contribution in making a country peaceful. He goes to the library of his college and gets various guides issued to prepare for UPSC exam. He prepares for the maths as well as GAT paper. Finally, he qualifies UPSC and waits for the SSB. Subsequently, he qualifies for SSB and also join NDA. Then in his village makes a Shahid Samarak for the martyrs from his village in
Has
the
he come to
Kargil war.
future or not? He has become something and he's talking. And who was motivated? Himself motivated himself.
Society.
Read the next one. Satyam.
Samir was a boy of St. Xavier's School. He always got motivated from the story of his father making an advanced weaponry, and he always dreamed of making such in future. For it, Samir developed an interest from the childhood on WED and prepared himself to join in it. He worked hard for it and always studied about different weapon technique. One day he joined IIT, and after that he applied to join DRDO and joined there. With his research and dedication, later on he was able to make many advanced weapons for India.
That's also possible. Okay. Read the next one. Bharat, read it.
Kirtham, 21-year-old engineering student, had lost his father, who was Subedar in Indian Army. When he was child, his mother used to tell him the stories of his father's bravery. Kirtham was inspired and motivated by his stories to join armed forces. During his engineering days, he started preparing for CDS, UPSC CDS exam. Took help of the internet and library and cleared the exam. He had prepared about himself and current affairs, which helped him to clear SSB. Later joined Indian Army. His mother was extremely proud of his achievement.
Who's the hero? Not the girl, not the lady. Okay. So the how aim is, again, you can write to n numbers. The aim was to give you the only same this is possible. Okay. Read the next one. But
Basavan, no. Teba was a
Ramesh is the best officer of the CBI. यही है ना?
हाँ.
Or read it.
Ramesh is the best officer of CBI. Once he's assigned with the task of solving a murder mystery of an higher official, he starts investigation with all his might. He starts approaching various people, dresses up like people from various professions, and catches the culprit. While taking
Again,
culprit to the
is there
police
any use
station.
is there any use of writing the story? He is performing a job. हम लोग को इन्वेस्टिगेशन करने के क्या जरूरत पड़ेगी तुम्हें? What is the use? Which quality emerges? Is it your now first quality is effective use of intelligence to find a solution to a problem. He was assigned a job. He is not his initiative first. What has he done? He dressed up like a and various professions catches the culprit. CBI now first story number one is story number. Is there any difference? It's the same thing. There perseverance and continuous or same thought and ideas. You are continuing with the same thing. There is no freshness. You're like your story should be clear, realistic, and original. Where is the originality? What sort of activity day to day a person disabuse? You are just passing by. Shahvez, read your story.
Azad, 25, who works in Pune at BPO, while due to his grandmother's bad health condition, Rajat and his family member admitted her to hospital, spends time with her in hospital, and grandmother passes away due to age. Then Rajat managed all the hospital work formalities and also prepared for the
What
funeral
great
process
idea
and
you got
also
a pessimistic story. आपने grandmother को मार ही दिया तो क्या? What have you done? What is the great thing you have done? उसका last ride किए हो? सुपुर्द खाक. That's all. What is the use? Why should you write this sort of story? Pessimistic story. What action have you taken? What is the hero's contribution? Can't you think better? It's a totally low level idea, cannot afford to work. Read it now. Read it.
Ramesh was passing by the road when he saw the accident. The man riding the cycle and fired on Ramesh immediately reached there and helped the man to get up side of the road. He gave him first aid and signaled a car for lift. He carried the injured person to the hospital of a government and admitted him. The doctor told after some time that he had lost good amount of blood, so he immediately needed the blood. Ramesh came to know that the blood group
So
of
he has
that person is
converted
A one.
into an accident scene. Read this, Satyam.
Saurabh was an engineering student. One day, he heard about a disease spreading nearby village. Saurabh, along with some of his friends in medical, decided to go and search for the cause of it. On recharge, they found that it was because of the disposal of industrial waste in the groundwater. They informed the matter to the industry and government. They stopped it and they found out some measures for purifying it, and they started it. And
Some different thoughts, some different thought. Is it or not? Aim is the idea which matters. Read it now. But
Deba was a newly posted doctor in the village of Rampur where people were suffering from bowel disease. He conducted a survey and a study, and it was revealed that it was due to the drinking water from pond. He distributed medicine among the people and conducted awareness camps and took full care of the people.
read this one.
Ba- Basavanna was a 21-year-old medical student in Kasturba Medical College. As his curriculum, he was exposed to post-mortem procedures. At one day, when he was in senior year, the teacher was absent to teach juniors. Basavanna, being college leader, he took over as he was aware of the procedure. He explained the procedure in detail to juniors, cleared their doubts. The juniors
That's
were
another way of
satisfied by
doing
their
it.
teaching.
So it is not necessary. If he is taking that, he is not that he is leaving it. Read it now. Bharat.
Kunal is a boy studying in Delhi public school. He is a very skillful athlete. One day during his practice, he gets tear in his ligaments. Doctors operate him and tell him that he can never again perform athletics. But for Kunal, it was not easy to accept defeat. After a few days of rest, he decides to start practice again. This time, his body wasn't responding him fully, but he was so determined towards his goal that he started
Now tell
practicing
me
with
now
all
there.
his might.
Why should you leave? What does it mean? You are losing your confidence at all. He says because one day a doctor operate him and tell him that he can never perform athletics. Either doctor is wrong or you're right. You cannot be both right. Doctor cannot be right or you are right. Secondly, within after a few days, he says no, but in a Kunal, it was very easy to accept defeat after a few days of rest. Now एक ऑपरेशन हुआ 2 दिन रेस्ट के बाद he started practicing. Is it possible? Is it possible?
No, sir. No, sir.
So effective intelligence है नहीं, reasoning ability गायब हो गया, सब खत्म हो गया तुमका. Psychologist cannot afford to pass it without your effective intelligence. ना effective intelligence, ना reasoning ability है, ना ये क्या just only wishful है. Is it wishful or not? Bharat?
Yes, sir.
Then what's the use of writing? ये बताओ, इतना तुम लोगों को बताने से क्या फायदा हुआ? शाबाश पढ़ो. Your story.
Sunil, 25, athlete who will be participating in upcoming Khelo India Utsav for 800 meters. So Sunil starting to prepare for the competition. He daily maintained a 25-kilometer run practice with his coach who notes down its progressive training. Sunil also focused on his diet plan and maintained a strict routine. So he got his speed increased. On the event, Sunil performed very well and won the gold medal at Utsav. Sunil thanked his coach and family member for supporting him throughout his journey
What
and
was the event?
dedicated his medal.
What was the event? You said only Khelo India. Khelo India, which event?
800 meters, sir.
And why should a 25 किलोमीटर क्यों दौड़ रहा है? Why this 25 kilometer for 800 meter के लिए? Is there any rationale behind it?
To increase stamina.
अरे तुम ऐसे ही कर, हवा में मत बातें करो ना तुम लोग.
लिखना चाहिए था
You are running 800 में क्या चाहिए? Speed चाहिए, stamina चाहिए. That's all. 800, you
Yes,
have to maintain speed. You don't run 30
yes.
kilometers. वो तो कभी जो 25 किलोमीटर दौड़ेगा कभी 8 किलोमीटर दौड़ ही नहीं सकता वो. Can he ever run? His pace is different from 800 meters. 800 is supposedly the 400 is the toughest race. 800 becomes the next one. 1 kilometer, 1 mile is better than this one. And you're just irrational. जो मर्जी यार लिखते जाते हो कहाँ से सोचो तो कभी what is rational? You're right. I was very happy you started Khelo India. Very nice, good. But what that thought you converted into individual. हाय शाहबाज, आपसे ये उम्मीद नहीं है उम्मीद क्या? बताइए बताइए. अब यू टेल मी योरसेल्फ. रीड इट नाउ.
Kapil is a student of class 12. He is a very good athlete of his school.
Let me just tell you about
In
this
his
gentleman which is there, Suman, is a basically a sports person. दिमाग कुछ नहीं है उसका. He has absolutely no दिमाग. लेकिन बंदे में इतना दम है कि वो जो लिखेगा वही लिखेगा, वही ही विल नॉट. चलो पढ़ो ना. रीड इट.
Kapil is a student of class 12. He is a very good athlete of this school. In the last inter-house athletics, he bagged gold medal in 100 meter as well as 200 meter spring and night. In the championship, Kapil did very well and won the gold medals 100 meter and 200 meter both. After that, the district admission forwarded his name for state level competition in which Kapil again won the gold medals. He represented India Bihar in national games and got gold medal. He finally represented India in Olympics and become the first Indian to bag two gold medals, winning
So
in
useful, but still
100.
logical in the system. Okay, read the next one. Satyam.
Mosam was a basketball player. He practiced every day, but he found out that his performance was not up to the mark. He found out that he had all his skills, but he lacked stamina. So he decided to build stamina, and for it, he started running early morning 10 kilometer every day. His game started improving very fast, and one day he was selected by a club with his good game and hard work. Hard work. He was
Again,
selected to represent
it
the.
should be sequentially. It's a simple sample. Then you will find the three scene will always be there. There will be one accident scene. There will be one fire. There will be some drowning boy. There will be some small storm and other activity which are there. The other four of the combination of these will always come. Read the next one. Bharat.
Amit is the school captain of DAV Public School and was motivated to see the government taking the importance of yoga in life. Being the school captain, he prepared a plan and worked according to it with prior permission from the authority. He convinced all the students to participate in the camp. All the students participated with full josh and spread the awareness among the people. Seeing the interest of the students, their principal organized a yoga class every day after tea break to keep the students fit and calm. Amit was happy and he felt a
Okay.
sense of happiness
Read the
from
next
inside.
one. Read this one. Bharat.
Shashank, 21-year-old engineering student, was an athlete. One day in his college noticed board, he saw his district hosting a. Shashank was delightful to see the opportunity and started preparing for it every day. He used to practice, took the help from college coach, friends, and YouTube. Every day his distance was increasing. He started taking protein-rich diet to increase his stamina and endurance. He practiced running with other friends to improve his speed. All his efforts made him to win the competition second place. This motivated him to take the future competitions.
Next, read the next one. पढ़ो. I've not noted. पढ़ो अपनी you got yourself. Read your story. Read your story. Accents इनका है.
Madhav,
यहाँ पढ़ो.
Madhav is an officer in paramilitary forces posted in jungle area of Chandrapur. There used to be frequent Naxal
अरे
activities
आवाज
in his
जोर से
sector.
पढ़ो. I can't hear you. हाँ,
Madhav is an officer in paramilitary forces
okay.
posted in the jungle area of Chandrapur. There used to be frequent Naxal activities in his sector. He discussed that with higher officials and decided to take critical actions. He started awareness program in the nearby villages, spoke to the villagers and obtained their support. And finally, with the help of villagers and army, he gets success to stop the Naxal activity in his area and save life of
अगेन द
many
सेम
people.
थिंग, कहीं पर नक्सल है, कहीं पर क्या है, क्या मैंने मना किया है आप लोग लिखने के लिए? हैव आई यस और नो?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Then why do you write? Why this your people are so constricted? Why do you write that sort of story? जेहन में वही, because it is effect of the environment. I'm not trying to tell you it's your fault. You feel that this is what is happening, so I'll write down. Nothing wrong. शाबाश पढ़ो.
Anmol 27, an entrepreneur who works in his owns his company. So he decided to promote his work. So he went to Tuli village where he got to know the challenges faced by the people. So they gathered together over there and Anmol discussed about his product, how it can help the crop field. He gave them some of his testing material which will help to enrich their crop field. Anmol also suggested them to plant their products, like how they can help me in the
अच्छा, शाबाश. Tell me who is the hero?
that person who is standing in front of everyone.
What is his name?
Anmol.
Anmol. What has Anmol done? What is his qualification?
He is an entrepreneur.
He is an entrepreneur. And what is entrepreneur? Person who does a business. Okay. Where has he
Yes.
gone?
To village.
Why? Why did he go to village? Whose village did he go?
The village, sir. It was
Huh?
Tumla village.
Tunla. Why? Where was the need for it? Is there any logic? आगे चलो. What did he do in the village?
He gave us detail about his products, like how it can help
So
them
now,
in.
why should people listen? Which product was he making? How did it fit into the village environment? Is there any logic? Why should villager purchase his product until it has got value to them? He is not an entrepreneur, then he is a salesperson. So tell me what a low level idea. What is this? कुछ तो होना चाहिए. कहाँ से जोड़ देते हो, and you think that you have made a story. It has to be a story. You can't afford to do this. Read it now.
Satish is a student in medical college Patna. He is very sincere student and become a doctor after completing his study. He then opened a clinic in his village with the help of district admin. With the EM of the district lends him with full support with the capital, and Satish opened a clinic. He kept very minimal price for the checkup and opened the shop. Opened the shop which sold generic medicine at the lower rates rather than the costly medicine. He also advised the villager about the importance
Only
of the
thing
clean air.
internationally, he cannot. So DM cannot give you support. He could talk about all this, what are that startup, stand up, and all. But that's a good story by itself. Okay. Read the next one.
Samir was a student of Guwahati University. Surveying on a project, he found out that the village nearby did not had a good crop production. On searching for the reason, he found that it was because of low pH level of soil. So he decided to talk about it with the farmers, and he went
Again,
there.
a low level idea which you do in 10th and 12th में पढ़ते हो, उसी idea आना चाहिए, नहीं आना चाहिए. Organic खाद, fertilizer, all these bloody seeds, hybrid seeds and all. So they're low level idea. There's nothing very. What you're doing 10th, 12th वही लिखने की कोशिश आप लोग करते हो. That's wrong. Okay. Read the next one. Satyam.
Vikram is the son of a farmer in a village. He was working hard and aspired to become an engineer. With all his hard work, he cleared JEE Advance and joined IIT Mumbai. He did his genetic engineering and returned to village, and he was very disappointed to see the condition of a farmer. He studied the soil texture and developed a genetically modified seed and developed a genetically modified seed and distributed among the farmer, and production was unbelievable that year. Alk,
Again,
the farmer
again,
blessed him.
again a
All the farmer.
again a wishful affair, but still somewhat different. He's talking genetically modified seeds are already being applied. That has not been given sanction in the all way, except for a few, they have not been given. But the problem is he could have converted into experiment sort of thing and then doing it. Then that is how the whole story has been modified. Make it practical, what is possible. Okay. Read this, Bharat.
Yashwant was 22-year-old engineering student. He and his friends in his village decided to host Ganesh festival. He and his friends planned together and divided work among themselves. Yashwant talked with village headman and showed honor to raise hand. They brought eco-friendly Ganesha. They had organized Rangoli competition, singing, dancing, etc., which helped children to show their talent. He and his team had invited his
Don't you think
district
it's something
Tahsildar.
different story? That is what, it has your idea has to be different. You cannot be one of those passenger going and then expect to pass. You cannot be passenger. And all of you are thinking yahi karna hai to karte raho. That is your end. Accident scene will be there. I'm not going to touch it on that. Because this is a common which will always come. One accident, maybe car accident, car tonga, or probably car to car. One accident will always. It's simple karna hai. Give the first aid, use the available vehicle. When required, take him to hospital. Give him all assistance required. Inform his parent and take the corrective measure if because the accident is taken. That's how things should go. Okay. Okay. Now look at it here. This scene में everyone would write on read out your story. Read out a story first.
Joy was a guy studying in 12th class. One day on an evening walk on the banks of a river nearby his locality, while walking, he sees that a boy was drowning in the water and was shouting for help. Joy promptly reaches near him and with the help of a rope he found nearby, starts pulling the boy out by noticing
What is the length of the rope?
But
Bharat, what was the length of the rope? Where was the rope lying? What does it indicate? Person, irresponsible person, by the time you look around for rope, the boy would have died without drown. It shows that you are a careless person who will not care. You would have known. There is doubt on your courage. You will not take risk. What is courage? Courage is taking risk knowingly. Shahbaz paro.
Ganesh, 25, was studying in a Varanasi at engineering college. One day while evening, he went to temple with his friends. There he notices a boy drowning into a river, so he immediately rushed to the spot, tied a rope to himself, threw out the rope towards the boy, and boy caught the rope, and Ganesh pulled him out with the help of his friends, and together efforts made the work easy. Ganesh made comfortable to the kid and ensured that he's fine by
Read again. Read again, Shahbaz.
Ganesh, 25, was studying in Varanasi Engineering College. While one evening he went to a temple with his friends. There he notices a boy drowning into the river. He immediately rushed to the spot, tied the rope to himself and threw the
From
rope
where?
towards the boy.
From where did he get the rope? Where did he tie the rope with? अपने पाँव में बांधा, पैर में बांधा. Who is going to hold the rope? All
So rope,
irrational people are senseless, totally senseless idea. Boy is here, you are sitting on the bloody road. Now you want to take a rope, tie yourself, then go into the river. Is it possible? Is it possible? बोलना. Is it possible? हाँ या ना बोल रहे, yes or no बोल रहे भाई.
no, sir.
Then why do you, if it's not possible, why are you writing that such an irrational affair? Where is the need of it? I have already told you, clean your thought process. Until you clean your thought process, nothing can come. You have to be clear. There's अपने एक strongest निर्मा पाउडर लो, निर्मा पाउडर से daily अपने आप को धो. Take bath with Nima powder. Don't do anything else. Read it. Read.
Sagar had gone to the picnic. Uh, Sagar had gone for a picnic with his friend. All of them were enjoying themselves. They heard a cry of boy. He immediately ran in the direction and saw the boy drowning nearby pond. Sagar knew that the art of swimming, so immediately jumped into the pond to reach to the boy. Many of his friends also reached and carried the boy out of the
Very
pond.
simple answer.
Uh,
Is it simple answer or not?
but
Nothing great. And he's talking. By the time his all friends also came into that's it talking about it. Why do you make it so difficult everywhere? एक मिनट कौन है? जस्ट होल्ड, रुको आ रहा हूं. हाँ, पढ़ो.
Sagar had gone for a picnic with his friend. All of them were enjoying themselves. They heard a
Okay, we have
cry of
read
us.
this story.
ये
There's a
movie,
very simple. It is simple answer or not? बताओ शाबाश.
sir, it's a simple answer, but what about the rope shown in the picture?
रोप है तो रोप कर दे. देन यू हैव टू मेक अ ट्रेनर. कुछ और बनाओ, लगाओ. रोप का आप ही बताओ. रोप का अपने कमर में बांधोगे? इज इट पॉसिबल?
तो कमर में बांध के खींचते तो है मतलब लॉक को।
अरे कमर के बांध के तैयार हो गए कि कहाँ के जब लड़का डूब रहा है तो उसका कमर बांधने कितना देर लगेगा? बच्चा बचेगा कि मरेगा?
नहीं नहीं, मतलब कहने का मतलब ये था कि पहले फेंक देंगे और उसके
अरे
बाद
भाई ऐसा अब
सपोर्ट
मेरे ऐसा नहीं चलता है.
ओके।
यू कैन बी ट्रेनर, यू कैन बी कहाँ पर लाइफ बोट सेवर, दैट इज देयर. डबल रोप के साथ होता है एक लाइफ सेवर कराता है, दैट यू कैन थ्रो, दैट यू कैन यूज इट. So you have to think about the plot right way, na? Okay. Okay, read the next one. Satyam. पढ़ो. सत्यम.
यस सर।
क्या नहीं हुआ? दिखा नहीं पड़ा?
नहीं सर, इंटरनेट कनेक्शन थोड़ा अनस्टेबल हो गया था।
चलो हाँ बोलो.
यस सर, नाउ आई कैन सी इट।
हाँ
Ram is studying in class 12th in DPS Indore. One of his friend Mohan was having water phobia, but he was interested to join Navy.
Now the
Ram
problem
took an
is
initiative.
this: once he said water phobia, he's killed because now we are in the services. We are trying to lick out phobia. There are different type of phobia: phobia of darkness, phobia of insects. So this phobia, he's killed himself by putting this. So you cannot afford to show any type of phobia at anywhere. Over and above the 15 quality, you cannot afford to show phobia. You cannot afford to show what you call distortion, that called mental distortion, that called cognitive distortion. Then you cannot afford to show social or cognitive bias. There are three things. Phobia you cannot afford to show, cognitive distortion you cannot afford to show, cognitive bias you cannot afford to show, social bias you cannot afford to show. Over and above six something that we have talked about, you cannot talk about the politics, you cannot talk about religion, you cannot talk about all these activities that we already talked about it. Okay. Okay, read this. Read this, Satyam.
Manjunath and his friend had gone to Uti for holiday. When they were enjoying the view of a lake, they saw a boy drowning and shouting for help. Manjunath immediately brought it to attention of all, grabbed the rope lying nearby a boat, throwed throw towards the boy with along with inflated tire. The boy grabbed on the tire. Manjunath pulled him to banks, removed water from his body, gave him a blanket. He
Do
took
the next
him.
one, Varad.
Vikas 18 belongs to a village in Chennai. This village was overflowed with water. While walking, he found a boy was shouting for help. Then he took a rope from the nearby home and threw it to the boy.
Okay,
And
so
he
the
caught
problem
the
is
rope.
rope is purposely given to ensure that what type of activity do you take. It's purposely given. And most of the people कोई पेड़ काटता है, कोई रस्सी उठाता है, by the time so just like here, he talked about there's a rope tied with the rope that is kept near the wherever swimming is conducted. So that's a normal phenomena. They call lifesaver are there, or whenever swimming, the lifesavers are always there with this type of thing. I said they throw the tire or the boat, what is the tire, then that's how the people are saved. Okay. Which was the next scene? There.
No.
Okay. Read out your story, but
Rohan is an engineering graduate who is looking for a job. He goes to a company and finds that there was no vacancy. He comes back home and talks this to his parents about the situation. He finally comes to a conclusion that he will start a business. He decides to do hydrofarming, collects information about that, and finally starts the business. He works very hard at it and gets successful at that.
what is this? Current engineering career who is looking for a job, he goes to company and finds there is no vacancy. He came back home and talks to his parent about the situation. Now, in these 4 lines, what action has he taken? Has he taken any line, any action till now?
No, sir.
From here to here, any action? बताओ मेरे को. Ram,
No, sir.
when he has started from here, Rohan, and he came back, he talked to the situation. This is a garbage. This is a garbage. He finally comes to conclude that he will start business. From where? So this line which is there, इसका कोई मतलब है? Does it give you any inkling? Every word is your resources. You have to use it to bring out your own quality. And then he comes back irrationally. He said, conclude that he will do business from where? Who gives the money? Our hydro farming. What is hydro farming?
So
What is
farming done
hydro farming?
farming done with only help of water.
Can farming done without water?
No.
Then
तो
what
मतलब
is
उसमें सॉइल नहीं यूज होता सर उसमें
क्या
सॉइल नहीं यूज होता उसमें
हाइड्रो फार्म तो जगह तो चाहिए, जमीन तो चाहिए ना
सर
फॉर्म
उसमें
चाहिए ना?
सॉइल
अरे सॉइल नहीं चाहिए, कहीं पानी में ही कुछ होगा. विच टाइप ऑफ प्लांट्स आर ग्रोन विदाउट वाटर विदाउट सॉइल? टेल मी 5 things which can cultivate in that. collects information about, then finally starts business. How? It's all again blissful, totally a blissful affair. हाँ, शाबाश पढ़ो.
Is a 25-year final year old student studying in engineering college. During his placement, he goes for an interview where he sees a no vacancy board. He checked out with the hiring manager about this and no results. Then Suresh decides to enhance his skill by himself and talk to his friends about the technology
How
trends.
many lines
And he
passed
made
now?
some.
शाबाश.
Yes, sir.
How many lines have passed now?
4, sir.
4 लाइन. 4 लाइन में क्या हुआ? ये देयर इज नो वैकेंसी, ही इज नॉट अनडिसाइडेड. एक कहानी में आपको 8 से 10 से और 14 लाइन्स होगा. 4 लाइन्स हैज गॉट, यू हैव नॉट डिफाइंड द प्रॉब्लम. Can't you jump to
Yes,
conclusion
sir.
having seen the poor employment condition on the, he decided to do this? That's exactly can be done in 1 line. आगे चलिए.
Checked out with hiring manager and sees no result. Then he Suresh decided to enhance his skill by himself and talk to his friends about technology trend and made some good connections on over the LinkedIn, which
अगेन
he got
अगेन
again.
अगेन आप ओवर लिंक्डइन, तुम लोग क्या लिंक्डइन क्या आपको जॉब देगा? लिंक्डइन जब
नहीं
बेसिकली,
सर, एक प्लेटफॉर्म है वहाँ पे.
अरे लिंक्डइन गिव्स यू ओनली द कनेक्टिविटी,
हाँ.
और कुछ ही देता है क्या?
यस सर, जॉब वैकेंसी उधर पे
अरे
निकलते हैं
लाइन
बहुत
वैकेंसी,
बहुत.
हाउ मेनी 10 लाइन पे तुम लिंक्डइन पर अपना प्रोफाइल ही दोगे तो कितने दिन में नौकरी आएगा तुमको? What is your contribution? How have you improved your skill? Himself what?
अब लिखा.
Which skill? Which skill have you improved? भाई
यस
ऐसा
आई
है
विल.
ना, तुम लोग जनरल, देखो बेटे आप लोग क्या करो, जनरल बात करना बंद कर दो. Be specific around it. Having seen the private condition, being an electronic engineer, he won't concentrated on the. He started a software engineering person, which required a probably digitization, which was the days of not. You do that. That sort of thing. Go ahead. Make things happen. Read this story. Read this.
Aditya was a very brilliant.
हाँ.
Was a very brilliant student. He was very good in everything and he got very good job in MNC. Since he was from a village, when he came back to village, he saw many youngsters struggling for job. They had talent, but there were no vacancies. Aditya thought to do something for them. He consulted with the CEO of his company and asked him to open a branch in village. He showed the CEO that resources are available in his village as it was situated beside the river. There was electricity supply and also there were many people waiting for the job. CEO linked the idea and in a formal meeting, the decision was taken with new branch opened in the village. The villagers did not struggle for the job and also his village became very developed.
Another way of looking at it. Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Hello. Read the next one, Satyam.
Sam was an IS officer. While traveling through the road, he saw a board of no vacancy in front of an office. He started pondering on that issue and planned on the project to teach skill work to educated people so that they can perform some work by themselves. He approached the government for funding, and it was done. Um it was
Okay.
done. He also ensured
Did
that
you go
people
today?
gets good.
Skill India Limited and all that. What skills have all these? They are this is skilling India. That is the phenomenon which is they use that platform. Okay. Next. Read the next one again, Satyam.
Ranjan, after completing his engineering, went for a job, but he found no vacancy board. He does not stop. He does not lost his hope and decided to develop an app. He worked day and night. Finally, he developed an app and was recognized all over the world. Many MNCs offered him in his company, and finally, he was
Again,
selected
it's a
for a
blissful
Canadian
affair.
company.
Don't write this one. It's a blissful affair. Okay. Okay. Read this, Bharat.
Niranjan, 23 years old software engineer working working in Infosys, has given a task of web development to a retail client. His team consists of 5 members. He, being the captain of the team, divided the work based on their skill set. He took the assistance from his senior in solving. He motivated his team to complete the task in 1 week. He worked beyond his working hours to complete the task. Due to his teamwork, they completed the task.
Tell me your story now. Bharat.
Raghav is a boy studying diploma. One day, while going to college with his friends, they see some stray dogs which were brutally hurted. They give them something to eat. That incident gets stressed on their mind, and together they decide to start an NGO for stray dogs. They speak to the government officials and are with a little and they and are with a little land. They approach various rich
अब
personalities in
बताओ
their
मेरे को
nearby locality.
ये कुत्ता कहाँ से आदमी होगा? तुम्हारा पर्सनालिटी टेस्ट ही कुत्ते का टेस्ट है रे। बताओ मेरे को भरत। हाँ, यू बिकम रतन टाटा। कोई बात, कुत्ते जंगली कुत्ते को रखता था अपने पास। बात खत्म करो। रतन टाटा, that he used to do in his own spare time, not in normal time. He is famous not for his dog loving. That's one part of the story. What are you doing? Which quality emerges? So you become a, ये जो है ना, सोनिया which Gandhi is there? Who looks after फूलपुर की कौन है?
राहुल गांधी।
हाँ हाँ,
राहुल गांधी है सर अभी तो।
राहुल गांधी नहीं भाई, इसकी आप जो वहां पर है, संजय गांधी की वाइफ, क्या नाम है उनका? हाँ,
भूल गया।
सी जब यहाँ पर यू ज्वाइन हर राउंड दे बिकम ऑफ द नोम। क्या फायदा हुआ तुम लोग को भरत? कोई फायदा है इससे? शाबाश पर वो कहानी।
From 25, a project coordinator in his college, while one day he got an opportunity to organize a project competition for which he went on for a discussion with his friends on a break and discussed on various parameters such as competition should be held at college level instead of department level. Also suggested that the people in the group about the prize money to attract more people, and he held the competition at the college level, which went out to be successful and gathered attention.
Now the problem is only one line action is there. Success competition was conducted success. There is only one action. Is there any other action? Rest have been your suggestion only. Sabas. There is one line, the competition was conducted successful. There is only one line. Is there anything beyond that? बाकी तो you got project team, you organize the you discuss this suggested. So all at the mental frame, which is at the discussion level. How does it give until you act? How can qualities emerge? बताओ ना।
Okay, sir, I will थोड़ा इस पे करता हूँ सर, मतलब रिजल्ट थोड़ा अच्छा बनाता है।
अरे थोड़ा नहीं, बहुत करना है। थोड़ा से कुछ, एक लाइन से कुछ नहीं, थोड़ा से कुछ नहीं होगा।
ओके सर।
ये ऐसा है ना, जैसे बोलता है ना, ये बोलते हैं ना, ये तुम लोग तो यूपी वाले हो ना। यूपी में एक ये था, एक जो ना पानी में भांग खिला, तुम लोग को भांग खिला रखा है लोगों ने। सोचो यार, तुम लोग यूपी वाले हो ना। कौन है भांग? सबको देख, कुछ तो अच्छा सोचो ना यार। There is nothing wrong with any on the all. Every person is good. Only the thought process, put it across, that is most important. Okay.
ओके
तुम ही
सर।
बताओ, कोई फायदा होगा इससे? बताओ। This was this. Read this. Satyam, read, पढ़ो उसको।
Shashank, 20 years old, was in his final semester of engineering. For his final semester project, they had decided to make a potato planting machine, which would help small farmers to become self-reliant. He read a research paper about the topic to understand the current situation. Based on it, they built a prototype. They tested the agriculture field, note down the shortcoming, repaired and improved it. Finally, they published a research paper about it, which assisted other students for further development on the machine.
Now, देखो, is there any difference in this story? There is something different, is it or not? यही डिफरेंस जो आता है, आप जो बोलता है ना, ये जो पोटैटो का व्हाट दैट टोमेटो केचप का जो होता है इज डिफरेंट, खट्टा है मीठा है पता है डिफरेंट, यू हैव टू बी डिफरेंट, यू हैव टू बी डिफरेंट। ऐसे नहीं पास हो सकते, कितना कर लो, आप रगड़ते रहो, कोई फायदा नहीं है। एवरीवन थिंक्स दैट ही इज द बेस्ट पर्सन अवेलेबल, नो वन इज द बेस्ट। Okay, read this, Bharat.
Karan was studying in class 12th. He, as a project, was given a task to prepare on the topic of the women empowerment and its hampering causes for group discussion. Karan went through various magazines in the library. He read several books and novels related to women empowerment. Finally, on the day of competition, he was very confident and he performed extremely well and got selected to represent school in inter-district championship. He performed well there also and won the championship for his school.
Okay, so that's how we can keep on talking about it. Okay, read the next one. Story yourself. Follow.
Utkarsh, Utkarsh is a boy studying in class 11th. The trip had arranged a trip to Raigad. On reaching there, he saw that there was a lot of litter spread on the fort. He speaks to his class teacher and speaks to his friends to run a campaign for cleaning the fort. All agreed to him and they started cleaning the fort. After nearly 3 hours, the fort was completely cleaned and Utkarsh felt satisfaction by seeing results of his initiative.
It is one-time affair. उसके बाद, is it a story? It's an event. It's an event. Is it or not? एक बार तुमने साफ कर दिया, घर साफ किया, तो उसके बाद तुमको क्या मिलेगा? बोलो। Okay. Read the story now, Bharat.
Rajan is a cadet of Sainik School. As a training, he along with his friends went for an NCC camp, which was attached with army base. During the camp, he got the chance to visit various equipments of the Indian Army. He saw the tanks, cannons, rockets launcher, LMGs, and various other. He was very much fascinated by them and motivated to join armed forces. He then prepared for UPSC next year and cleared it. He also passed SSB and medicals and finally joined NDA in Army wing.
One story to show your motivation to join services should be there. One was not more than one story. Okay, and you must give the exploit after that. Okay, read this story, Shahvez.
To the final year student in arts in a college of union leader, he had decided to take his educational trip tour. He first took permission for department HOD, called the volunteer and divided the work. He made detailed itinerary, collected money from the student used to book bus, notes, food, and they were taken to Tipu Sultan Fort. He had learned about it before, so in the new spot he explained to his college mates about Tipu Fort, Cannon, and Anglo-Mysore War.
Okay. So now here you can see how possible now you can. I just try to give you some idea how things can also be written by even a blank story. Read the blank. You have not done it. Written. Shahvez, read your story.
The captain in army, he was posted in Ladakh while one morning he got an information that some tourists have been stuck there, for which he immediately launched a search operation. He divided his team in two parts and sent them in north and south. Well, and within 2 hours, he found the tourists well in state and gave them aid and food for them and returned them to the base. He appreciated his team for the continuous effort and
Fair
went
enough.
back to their
Bharat,
duty.
तुमने लिखा ही नहीं है 12th. You have not written a
हाँ
blank
सर
story. You have not written a blank story.
सर वो शायद भेजना भूल गया होगा सर.
हाँ, भेजना ही भूल गया, बस यही हालत है. चलो, कोई बात नहीं. पढ़ो, क्या पढ़ रहे, लिखो 12th story.
Raman is a scientist. Raman is a doctor studying for the MS in Kolhapur Municipal Hospital. One day when he returns to his one day while returning to his village, he sees that there were several patients
There was
diagnosed with the same.
क्या था? There was what?
There were a few patients diagnosed with the same disease. He went to them, took samples from them, and found that they're affected by viral infection. He spread awareness about the disease in his village, and he treated the patients with care. And
अरे दो ही आदमी को बीमारी हुआ ना भाई, कौन सा वायरल था उसका? मंकी पॉक्स था, चिकन पॉक्स था, कौन सा पॉक्स था, क्या था? वायरल बीमारी सबको होते रहते हैं भरत, ऐसा नहीं चलता है। हम्म, चलता है क्या? बताओ। सावाज पढ़ा? Have you read this, Sawas? Okay. Now, read this. Read this, Sachin. अब भरत पढ़ो।
Sachin,
पढ़ो।
Sachin, a final year college student, got to know about blood shortage in his city from newspaper. He decided to organize a blood campaign in college campus. He first took permission from college authorities, then permission and help from nursing home. They gave him the guidelines for posted posters and forwarded about the camp on college social media account and WhatsApp group. Large number of people came forward and donated the blood.
But this is one time. Make it a permanent affair. Every quarter, every college has decided to donate 40 units of blood. And they make a continuous affair. So every person passing out from college gives a blood. So that's how that makes it. Story को powerful बनाना आपके हाथ में है. Read this now, Sawaz.
Samdan, 18, a social worker. He belonged to JNK. One day he was working early in the morning around 5:30. He found that many people were shivering from hunger, so he approached the government and requested to provide food and blanket. The government agreed and distributed around 150 blankets among the poor. Even requested government to provide them rice at lower cost so
Okay.
that they doesn't suffer.
Okay. Read this, Satyam. Read this.
Rohit is a boy of 17 years age. He sees in his locality the problem of drainage system. He saw that the solid wastes had blocked the drains. He, along with some friends, thought to sort out that problem. They divided themselves into two groups. One group went around the houses of people, making them aware about blocking of drains, its causes and effects. The other group began to remove those wastes from drains with some equipment. Their initiative made the people realize their mistake and also helped the boys in cleaning the drains. Later, no one threw the solid waste in the drains, and the problem of blockage of drainage system never occurred.
Sawaz, can you see this story?
Yes, sir.
देखो अंतर है,
No, sir.
यही है अंतर। देखो देखो, पास और फेल करने में यही अंतर होगा। आपके 12 के 12 कहानियां होना चाहिए, अलग होनी चाहिए, शुड बी डिफरेंट, ऑल शुड बी ओरिजिनल, समथिंग डिफरेंट, समथिंग डिफरेंट। आप लोग कॉमन प्लेस में देखते हो, हम चिकन पॉक्स, मंकी पॉक्स करते रहो तो कोई फायदा उससे नहीं होगा। ओके ओके ना, तो वी हैव डिस्कस दिस स्टोरी। एनी डाउट नाउ? बताओ, एनी क्वेश्चन? शाहबाज, कैन यू इम्प्रूव?
Yes, sir. I will improve.
कब कब इम्प्रूव होगा बता मेरे को। हाँ,
नहीं सर होगा और
अब
स्टोरीज लिखने से।
थोड़ी नहीं, तेरे को कम से कम 500 गुना डेवलप करना पड़ेगा। देखो याद रखना, एनी पर्सन हु इज रिपीटेड ऑनली, ही हैज टू बी 200% करेक्ट। You cannot, there is no flexibility given to you. And there is nothing wrong with you, Sabas. As a
Yes, sir.
person, you are good person. अपने तुम्हें कोई गड़बड़ी नहीं है। अपने विचार को केवल बदलना, विचार को केवल बदलना। दी नो यू आर अडल्ट यार, आंट यू? भरत, तू सुधरेगा?
हाँ सर।
कब सुधरेगा? कब सुधरेगा बता?
अभी सर थोड़े दिन।
हाँ, कब? व्हेन? जब बड़ी बड़ी मुछे आ जाएंगे पराठा जैसे, तब? हाँ, सुधर जा। हाँ, ओके।
हाँ सर।